Hello there. If you are a Google Classroom user, I'm sure you've seen the icon for practice sets when making a new assignment. And if you haven't had a chance to use it yet, I want to give you a quick demonstration on how powerful this tool is and what you've been missing out on. Because you can whip up a quick review assignment or a practice test on the fly, which is especially useful on the days you're going to be gone. To begin, open up Google Classroom and create an assignment. When you click on the practice set button, you're able to create one or even reuse an older practice set that you have made. For the sake of time, let's go ahead and click on sample practice set that I already created. One thing I love about practice sets is you can use it for all subjects, even math and science, because you can answer questions with fractions, exponents, radicals, and other symbols. I hope Google adds those capabilities to Google Form tests as well. And like a Google form, you can create short answer, paragraph, single and multiple select problems. The first few questions I made are math related. The first one is a slope question, and in this box you can see I'm able to have the answer as a legitimate fraction rather than typing in 3/7, which just looks ugly and sometimes confuses students. In problem number 2, you can see I was able to type in polynomials directly into the questions, and now a student needs to respond with a polynomial using exponents in order to get the answer done correctly, rather than using an up caret to notate an exponent. Now, this next feature I'm going to show you is really cool, and I think it's extremely helpful on days when you're gone and you can't reteach or guide your students, and that is the hint button. For most questions you create, Google's AI will be able to figure out what skill is needed to be learned in order to answer the problem and may suggest videos or diagrams that can help the student answer the question. If Google doesn't suggest anything or you don't like what they suggested, you can edit the skills by typing it in, and the AI may suggest other videos or things that it believes will help the student. Or you can search YouTube for a better video. In problem number 3, I made a simple history problem. And for this one, I didn't have to select the correct answer. The AI automatically knew which one was correct. In problem 4, I throw in a chem question, and once again, if you want to add a hint, there are auto-generated suggestions, as you can see. For the next part, let's say you have a pre-existing digital worksheet and you want to pull some questions out of it. Well, don't sweat it. You can import questions as well. Begin by having the worksheet in your Google Drive, and then select the import button at the bottom. Once you open up your file, you can select questions from the worksheet, and Google will automatically capture your selection and add it to a new problem. And how cool is that? All you need to do next is type in the question and the correct answer. Once you've made your practice set, you can view it as a student to see what it looks like on their end and make the necessary edits. You can see if a student clicks on the hint button, what pops up or what videos or diagrams will show up. And then once you're done, click on the attach button, and now the practice set is part of the classroom assignment. Now, you may already be mesmerized and want to use practice sets in your classroom, or maybe you're not completely sold. So let me show you a few other cool features. By taking a look at things from the student's perspective, because there are some cool things going on there too. First off, there is a space for students to show their work. Now, it does help if they're using a tablet or a touchscreen device, because then they could write on it easily, but they could also use their mouse as well. And this work is saved. And so as a teacher, you can see what they did once they turned it in. I love it because now it means no more paper to collect and to deal with. If a student is to answer a problem and write it as a fraction, the AI will detect the fraction and answer it and mark it correct. Students can check their work as they go along and use the help button if they need some additional support. Finally, let's look at what a teacher sees after the student turns in their assignment. When you select the Review Work button, Google will break down how each student performed, what problems were right and wrong, and there is this Insights box up at the top left. It'll give you information like what problems students had to attempt multiple times. And as I said earlier, you can review student work, and this is where you can view it to help pinpoint where a student may have made a mistake and to be able to correct that. Well, there you have it. I've given you a full, comprehensive overview of Google Classroom's practice set. I hope you found this informative, and thank you for watching.